everyone, my name is Zackary As Always, and today I am doing a film review on the movie The Dark Knight, directed by the amazing director Christopher Nolan. Now, this is the second Batman movie, that Christopher Nolan directed, and honestly, I think this one is the best one. And honestly, I think a lot of people agree with me. So, yeah, let's go into the review. So, we start off the movie with a heist. And the heist is led by this guy. Can anybody tell me who this guy is? Yeah, the Joker. But we don't know that yet. We just know there's a lot of guys, but like a bunch of criminals with clown masks on, robbing this bank, and they talk about the Joker like he's crazy because look at him, he just is. So yeah, we see this heist play out, and there's an interesting method that they use during this heist that they said the Joker tells them to do. It actually refers back to game theory. No, not the channel, the actual actual game theory. So the idea of this is that each person will be on a heist, will go in groups and start taking out the other person, and they'll keep on doing this until there's only one person left. That one person left being, who would have guessed it, the Joker. Yeah. So yeah, and then and there's something interesting about this bank. It's a mob bank. The mob, well, I don't know how you don't know what that is, but yeah. So later, the world's greatest detective, as they say, and Commissioner Gordon figure out about this bank heist, and it's like, the bank was robbed. No way. This is Gotham City. That never happens here. Yeah, because it's the most safe city in the world, of course. And now, there's actually something I wanted to talk about the Joker before we go any further, and that is that we see the Joker visits the mob he just now robbed, and he's meeting up with them, and he's like, "Hey guys, what's up?" And then of course this is where he does his famous pencil trick. By the way, this is a picture of him from the scene where he was meeting up with the mob. And anyways, so after this, he's like, I want half of your all's money, and I think we need to kill the Batman, unalive the Batman. So everybody's laughing at him. Nobody's taking him seriously. And honestly, I would not fool around with a guy that looks like this. Honestly, I don't want to be near this guy I wouldn't trust this guy with a pencil. Hint, hint. Anyways, so yeah, so he leaves, threatens them with a bunch of grenades, leaves. Really funny scene, or at least the last bit is, but famous scene, I guess. Anyways, something later that happens in this movie, scoop over here to Bats, that we meet Harvey Dent, and we kind of slowly learn about him. He's kind of shady, honestly. See, Batman and Harvey Dent are like two sides of the same coin. Batman is like the hero that Gotham deserves. Harvey Dent, well, is the hero that it's something like that, but they're just the opposites. One is quoted as being the White Knight, and Batman is the Dark Knight. You know, Batman acts in the shadows. Harvey Dent, more or less, acts in broad daylight to stop criminals. great guy, I guess. So, and we also learn about his duality later, and we'll talk about that. And something interesting about this movie is it focuses a lot on just basically taking down the mob. And I think that's really interesting. And wait. We have to talk about Cillian Murphy's role as the Scarecrow in this movie. Because in the first one, he had a pretty good, substantial role. Until that was all thrown away in the last bit. So, yeah. I wish the Scarecrow I wish the Scarecrow had a bigger role in this movie because, he is one of the best actors in this movie. I swear. Not one of the best actors, but I'm going to say he is one of the best characters in this entire thing. He doesn't get enough screen time, but he gets arrested by Mr. BatMan and leaves the cops to go get the Scarecrow because he's tied up and he's like everything. And there's like quips and whatever. And honestly, there's some scenes where Batman, not in this image, but some scenes where and later throughout the movie, we see how the Joker is slowly but surely ripping apart the mob of Gotham and slowly making it all collapse. And there's some great action scenes. Like, okay, let's go to this other scene where basically Harvey lies and says that he's Batman, which obviously he's not. And basically he's in this van and the Joker is out trying to kill Harvey. And then and so there's epic thing where all the clowns, including the Joker, are in a big truck or whatever. And then so then what happens is like the Joker pulls out a bazooka and starts blowing up a bunch of vehicular motors. And then we learn that obviously and then everybody else figures out that, whoa, Harvey Dent isn't Batman. Big surprise. And they're like, oh, okay. So then at this point, they're just trying to protect Harvey Dent. And there's this awesome scene. And now there was some scenes where they had to use like little tricks and they had to build some parts of it. For instance, when this garbage truck gets flips upwards while they're driving under this thing, and it flies upwards, that would have destroyed the thing. So they had to use like a little set for that. And there was some CGI, but the CGI isn't even, you can't even tell where the CGI is because of how epic the action is and everything. So yeah. And later Harvey, okay, so after this, Commissioner Gordon captures the Joker. He's in prison. Oh, but guess what? This is all a part of the Joker's plan. Woo! And anyway, so after this, Joker breaks out with some shenanigans, but not until we see the Batman interrogating the Joker. This is a image from that, and the Joker kind of riles up Batman, and Batman's getting really mad, and he's like, "Where are they?" And he's just speaking in his Bat voice, even though at this point there's no reason to. It's kind of stupid. But I guess he's trying to intimidate this guy, which he kind of just looks like all of his brain cells are gone, but yeah, he has like 1 million IQ. I don't know. But anyways, the Joker reveals that Harvey Dent and Harvey Dent's girlfriend slash Batman's love interest, they're both kidnapped in separate locations, and one of them is gonna have to be blown up, and one of them Batman's gonna have to save, but Batman can't choose which one. So Commissioner Gordon is out there like getting the cops all together to save one of them, while Batman's out saving the other. But guess what? Joker switched the location, so when he thought he was going to save the love interest, he was actually going to save Harvey, and guess what? Commissioner Gordon and them didn't get there soon enough, so then the love interest dies. Sad moment. But Harvey Dent doesn't. Oh, but this is not without its failures, because guess what? Half of Harvey Dent's face got burnt off. And guess who we have now? We have our boy Two-Face. Epicness. And Two-Face's appearance in this movie just looks absolutely amazing. I mean, the effect still holds up. Honestly, it does. So yeah, so that is something, and we get to see the duality of Two-Face really take over. Like, Harvey at this point is gone. It's full Two-Face, it's full duality, it's the coin flip, it's all that goodness. And so Two-Face is out there taking out mobsters. And while Harvey is out there, or Two-Face is out there doing that, the Joker is out here, being like evil and stuff, and he's like threatening the city, and eventually threatens them to where if they don't want to be killed, they have to go onto these two ferries. Now, this was a trick, kind of, to an extent. So now, Gotham's criminals are in one ferry, Gotham's civilians are in the other ferry. And so basically, the game is that Joker has set up is that one of them can either choose to blow up the other ferry, or if neither of them do it, then they'll both blow up. It's an interesting theory, game theory thing, but yeah. So basically, after this, while this is happening, we'll come back to Two-Face later. We learn about sonar technology, or we actually knew about it earlier, but now it's gone on to where now Batman knows where literally everybody is in the entire city, no matter what. Right? So we see that, the Joker is in this construction tower about to, blow up the two ferries, because he's like, they're not going to do it, and I'm going to destroy them, and whatever. And then, but neither of them do it, and Batman makes his way through the tower, and has to duke it out with the Joker. Now, the Joker is 100% defeated. He's out. He's going back to prison. He's out of tricks. He's done. Both ferries are saved. But now we have to go travel over to what Two-Face is doing, and we figure out that he has taken Commissioner Gordon and his family hostage. And Harvey's doing a bunch of coin flips to see which one of his family is going to live and die. But Batman's not having it. So he goes in there, and he pretty much tackles Two-Face off of a building, or off of a rise a little bit, and while Harvey dies. Two-Face dies. So, yeah. And well, he's dead. Bye. And then, so yeah, that was The Dark Knight. And I'm going to talk about one thing, and that is Mr. Joker. And more specifically, Heath Ledger's performance in this film. Now, as we know, this was the last performance by Heath Ledger, and well, this was a good one. And well, yeah, so great performance. And now something also about the Joker is that his face paint gradually changes. Like, look in this image. It looks all messed up. You know, like up here around the forehead area, there's some paint missing and it's all like screwed up. But over here, it looks like a lot more, like he redid it a little bit, but it also looks like it's kind of melting on screen. It does, at least. So something interesting about this is Heath Ledger actually designed the makeup himself, and then the designers actually tried imitating it for the role. And I thought that was really cool. So that was my review of the movie The Dark Knight. If you enjoyed this video or any of my other content, please consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one.